Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome. It's Friday Reads Live, and I am finally online. I'm about a minute late, but got a little sidetracked. But I am happy to be here to talk to you about what I'm reading today and this weekend. So I don't see anyone in for the moment. I see some people are watching. Welcome, welcome. If you're not commenting, no problem. I'm glad you're here. If you want to, just go ahead and comment and tell me what you are reading at the moment. I am going to be drinking some Earl Grey tea because it's that time of the day. Hello, hello, Birdie. Birdie in the books. Welcome. Happy Friday, Tracy. How are you? Oh, hello, Billy. Welcome, welcome. And I'm going to tell you what I'm reading today and this weekend. So I haven't started yet. Hello, Alicia. How are you? I'm going to be reading this right here, which is The Village Weavers by Miriam J.A. Chauncey. Hello, Alba. Welcome. Hola. Hello, Curtis. Welcome. So this is the Caribbean pick for Caribathon. Caribathon is spearheaded by Karen from Karen Runright Reads and Peter from Comfy Cozy Up. And this is the read along book they're going to be doing for Caribbean month of June. So it's funny because I put my video up on the 1st of June and I said this was one of the books I was maybe possibly going to read. And it turns out this is the read along book for a Cribathon. So I was so thrilled that, one of my books was actually one for the read along. So this is Miriam J. Schultz's, I think it's her second book, if I'm not mistaken. Her first book was What Storm with Thunder. And this is about two Haitian girls. It's supposed to be 1940s Port-au-Prince. And it's Gertie and Cece, I think is what it is. And they are from opposite ends of the social and economic scale, but they are friends. This is during the time of Duvalier, so a whole bunch of upheaval economically and politically in Haiti. And it shows how this relationship, how I guess it starts, how it ebbs and flows, and how it kind of, gets to when they're adult women and we see how I guess everything really affects their friendship. So I'm really excited about this one. So I'm hoping to start this maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, and we'll just see how much I get, read this weekend. Like, who knows? Maybe I could finish it this weekend. Maybe I won't finish it until at some point next week. But this is the only thing I have right now that I'm thinking about reading at the moment. So, what y'all reading? More people have come into the house. Let's see. Birdie says she's still reading Invisible Man and The Stone of Farewell. Okay, very good. Alba says she's reading Mississippi to Madrid about James Yates's, okay, in the Spanish Civil War in 1937. Ooh, sounds engaging. Um, Margaret, hello, welcome. How are you? What are you reading? Oh, you're between meetings. Okay, no problem. Drop us a line and tell us what you're reading. Hello, Jasmine. Jasmine says hi, and she's reading The Reformatory. She said, please pick it up. It's so good. And you want to hear my thoughts on it? Okay. I don't own anything by I only own one book by this author, and that's called The Good House, which I promised to read next. By my good friend Tatiana, musical Tati. So when I am finished The Good House, I will try to pick up The Reformatory next. How about that? We'll say it like that. Because if I say I'm gonna read The Reformatory first, Tatiana is gonna skin me alive. That is not gonna fly. All right. Billy says she is reading When I Think of You by Maya Irel, I think it is. Um, and Children of Virtue and Vengeance. Okay, by Tomi Adeyemi. Okay. She finished Bitter and Sweet by Rhonda McKnight last week, and she said it was good. All right. Celeste is reading Sweetness in the Skin by Ishi Robinson. Okay. Hey DL, how are you? Uh, you're reading two research books: Banking Failure History in UK. Oh God, that sounds boring. And Diaries of Chartist Francis Place. Okay, if you say he's interesting, I believe you. Birdie said The Good House is fantastic. Okay, that's what I hear. Tatiana really wants me to read The Good House. So I'm gonna read that Good House first. Margaret said Reformatory it was her first read by Tanana Due. And she said it was very good. Also, audio version was great. Okay, very good. Hey Amalola, how are you? What are you reading? Ada Lemon's poetry. Okay. You are here and still Money by Zola. Yeah, okay. Money by Zola. Ooh, that one has some, kind of clutch your pearl moments in there. You're just kind of like, what? Are we really doing this? You'll know if you haven't got there yet, you'll know. Hey Nicole, happy Friday. How are you, girl? What are you reading? Curtis says she's reading Stokely, okay, A Life by Peniel E. Joseph and How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. Ooh, child, that book right there. Emotional. Emotional. You're gonna start reading All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby next week. Very nice. Tracy's reading A Trace of Sun by Pam Williams. That's another really good one as well. But not a lot of people are talking about it, but it's good. Nicole said she finished A Spell of Good Things. Loved it. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. I still need to read it. Reminded you of The Street. Okay, that's interesting. And the movie Parasite. That is very interesting that you say reminded you of The Street. That's the first time I've heard anyone say that. So I'm very intrigued now. Because I feel like A Spell of Good Things has gotten a very mixed reviews since when it came out. Because I think everybody was very enamored with Stay With Me, which Stay With Me was so good. But when A Spell of Good Things came out, I think everybody was really excited for it. But then once people started to read it, I don't know, the reviews just didn't seem to be as glowing as they were with Stay With Me. So now that you've said it's similar to The Street, I'm interested to see what that's all about. DL is listening to What Fire Brings by Rachel Housel Hall. Okay. It's a thriller. Yeah, I recognize her name. I know she's a thriller writer. A little slow to start, but I'm going to stick beside it. Okay. Yeah, because you just never know. Sometimes these books, they start off like a slow burn. Start off a little slow and then it just kind of goes to full throttle, once you get, 10 chapters in or something. Okay, so Nicole said is she's reading White Teeth. Yes, that's a really good book. I know it's really good. It's excellent. Girl, it's a 5-star book. It's frustrating at times, but it's very funny. Yeah, it's very funny. It's very interesting. I find that was her first book, and it was brilliant. And she was very young when she wrote. I think she was like 19 or 20 years old. So I feel like she has had a bad rap because when you write your first book and it's so brilliant and you're so young, then every time you write something, people think they're going to expect it to be at this 5-star caliber every time. And it's a lot of pressure to put on someone when they're writing in the beginning, I think. So she's got a few here and there, that I feel that are still really good books. But I know a lot of people don't like her writing, but I enjoy her. I think she's very intelligent. She's very smart in the way she writes novels. Um, Let's see. Planner Girl Lifestyle said, I'm trying to read Queenie, but I would rather watch a TV show. Ooh, child. You good. I listened to the audio and that was enough for me. I'm not interested in watching no TV show, no nothing. Did not like it. So the TV show, I don't know, but I don't really think the thing is, I guess my humor is off because I didn't think any of it was funny when I was listening to it on audio. I could feel like they were trying to make the tone funny, but with each encounter that she has, the book is it's so you're just kind of like this shit isn't funny. This is pathetic. That's what you're feeling when you're reading it. At least that's what I was feeling when I was reading. I was like, damn, this shit ain't funny. It's just pathetic. Tinley said, "Hey, happy Friday. Okay, reading. No, listening to Red Light Wives. Okay, I like that title by Mary Monroe and Love Notes by Christina Jones. Okay, reading Sweetness in the Skin and The Garden Within. Okay, you're reading a lot of things, Tinley. Nicole said the TV show made me realize how bad the book is. Oh shit. What? You had to watch a TV show to realize how bad the book was? It's not well written at all. Uh oh yeah, no. Mm-mm. Yeah, no, it's not written very well at all. Um I think she thought she was being funny, but yeah, it's not really funny. It's kind of pathetic. It's kind of sad. Okay, Planner Girl Lifestyle said just listen to Somebody's Wife by Robbie Renee and loved it. I don't know it. Never heard of it. Somebody never heard of Robbie Renee, never heard of Somebody's Wife. So I don't know. Um, but yeah, when they do these adaptations, it's always, it's not always so simple and cut and dry and easy. Okay, so wait, Tashika says, just finished The Heaven in a Grocery Store. Long but good at the end. Currently reading Night Wherever We Go. I love that book. It's so good. So, so good. Night Wherever We Go. I think I gave it 4.5. I thought that was real good. Nicole said, it's the obsession with the non-black people that bothers them. Yeah, well, when you see why she's obsessed with when you hear the excuse of why she's obsessed with the non-black people, you're gonna really roll your eyes hard. Like I rolled my eyes real hard when I heard that. Okay, yeah, well, that's possible. She should have been blacker and more Jamaican. I can see that. It's a TV show, so they're not gonna make it a color she should be. You know why. You know why. Happy Friday, Tashika. Tracy said, I'm looking forward to rereading What Looks Like Crazy on an Ordinary Day by Pearl Cleach. I still haven't read that book. Still on that book. I'm not sure. I might own it. I'm not sure. Tachika says, listening to Andre Leon Talley's for Pride Month. Yeah, I read his autobiography. What was it last year? What was it called? Um, the thing I didn't like about his book is it's poorly written. Poorly written. But what I did like about it is the insight he gives into the fashion world. That I thoroughly enjoyed reading about, but I did not, absolutely did not like his style of writing. His writing was terrible. I kind of wish he would have had somebody else write it for him. They would have done a better job, I think. I read the Chiffon Trenches, is the one that I read. Chiffon Trenches by Andre Leontali. But I didn't care for the at all for the writing. It was not good. Um Night Wherever We Go and Can't Wait. Yeah, that book is really good. And it didn't get enough press and marketing in my opinion, but it's a very good book. Yeah, you read the Chiffon Tren you're reading the Chiffon Trenches, yeah. It's good, it gives you an insight on the people, they're pretty scummy, pretty awful. It's almost like when you're in, and when you're out, you know? But I didn't like the way he wrote the book was terrible, the writing is terrible. Um, Nicole's asking, "Has anyone seen Pearl Cleage plays?" I didn't know she was a playwright. I didn't know she was a playwright either. You just taught me something there. Yeah, he it definitely will keep your attention, because he is narrating, but the writing is terrible. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the writing is terrible. I gave it 3 stars mostly because was focused more I tried to focus more on the content, like what he was telling us. This man had a very sad life. Um, and some of the people that that he was working with, that he had high esteem for, did not have high esteem for him. Some of them did not have high enough esteem for him. Uh, Proper Proper Chica 90. So she's currently reading Jurassic Park for book club. Also reading The Sun by Philip. Oh yeah, The Sun. That's a western, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you might be able to do some good discussions on The Sun. I don't know about reading Jurassic Park for a book club, but okay. I hope that never happens to me. Controversial opinion. I like that Queenie wasn't written the way everyone felt she should have been. No, I'm not saying that she should have been written in a totally different way. I just think she needed to actually say something that meant that made sense, because she doesn't say anything that makes sense while recounting the story about this girl who's very promiscuous. She's not telling you anything in the story. I don't understand if she's trying to tell me something. I'm not sure what that is. That's all I'm saying. Um, Kay says the book wouldn't have been as interesting. She was supposed to be problematic. That's what I liked. There's nothing wrong with her being problematic, but there's something wrong with the excuse that's given for the reason why she's problematic. That's what don't fly for me. Okay. Um, Kay said, I don't feel we're supposed to agree with any of her bad choices. No, of course not. But the reason why she's problematic, I'm looking at the author with the side eye. That's all I'm saying. Nicole says, the problematic part didn't bother me. I liked her sexcapades, even though they weren't raunchy or bold enough. Well, I don't know. The one where she has sex with the white dude in the bathroom at work was pretty. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if people get down like that at work, but okay. Um, Tracy said, I'm also browsing through Anne Lowe, American Couturier, about the black designer who designed Jacqueline Kennedy's wedding dress. Yeah, okay. Okay, so Kay agrees with the excuse was not fleshed. No, it wasn't fleshed out. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. Now, if you don't remember what it is, I can tell you what it was. Is what was explained at the end of the book. And I'll tell you that shit don't make no sense. D said just finished Bitter and Sweet. Listening to Wifedom, okay, and Fever in the Heartland for BookTube. Okay, very nice. Also listening to Curvy Girl Summer and reading Better Must Come for Read Caribbean. Butter Must Come. Who wrote that? What is that? Is that romance? Butter Must Come. Never heard. Better Must Come. Never heard of that. Okay, I'm a teacher, so what do I know? Okay. I don't count. I don't work in that kind of environment where people can be getting down like that at work. But anyway, you got to do what you got to do. Um, Margaret said, "Did you know Piper Hewley had a historical fiction about Anne Lowe?" Okay, Tracy Rivers. Yeah, Tracy Rivers. Yeah, I like her for yeah, okay, yeah. Nicole said, "I needed Queenie to be wild as she said she was in the show. She really doesn't seem interesting at all." Okay, well, it don't matter to me because I'm never watching the show. Okay, so it's not gonna happen. Tashika says, "Next book I am reading is All the Sinners Bleed. Will be my first S.A. Cosby. Excited to get into it." Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to get into S.A. Cosby as well, and I hope to meet him at Festival America, get some autographs. But like, I'll probably try to pick up the first one, Blacktop Wasteland, maybe next month. Wait, wait, I don't wait. Better Must Come by Desmond Hall is fiction. Okay, I don't know it. I really don't know it. Okay. Okay, says I'm finishing up The Big C by Langston Hughes. Yeah, that should be an excellent read. Starting Bitter and Sweet next week. Listening to House of Eve. Ooh, House of Eve, so good. Oh, you're reading that with your book club. Very nice. Y'all are gonna have a good discussion. Y'all gonna love that one. So good, House of Eve. I can't wait to see what she writes next. I know whatever it is, it's gonna be top notch. She's a wonderful writer. Curtis says to Tashika, I'm reading All the Sinners Bleed. My book club. Okay. Have already read Razorblade Tears. Enjoyed it. 5-star read. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah. Well, I haven't heard a bad thing about anything S.A. Cosby. So it looks like S.A. Cosby can do no wrong at this point. He is very popular. Um, he seems to have, I can't wait because I'm sure they're going to do something of his. They're going to adapt it to film. Somebody is Netflix. Somebody is going to adapt. His book, one of his books to film or in a series because it seems like his stories, they merit that. So that's pretty cool to be so well liked in the mystery thriller section because I feel like that's the only and like I don't read a lot of mystery and thrillers, but right now, the one that I'm looking the most forward to is Attica Locke's third installment in her what is it called? Is it Highway 59 series? I can't remember what it's called. That's the one that I'm looking forward to. They say it's coming out in September, so I might need to reread the second book because it's been so long since I read the second book. To get back into it so that I'll be ready for the storyline because there's a whole storyline with I think his name is Daryl or is it Darren? I think it's Daryl. There's a whole storyline with his mama. Lord Jesus, his mama is a mess. She's a mess. I need to get back on that storyline again. The details of it though. By Her Own Design is a favorite of mine. Yeah, a lot of people like that book. Yeah, Attica Locke. I mean, I'm so glad that she's coming back with the third one this year because I didn't know what to expect. I was like, why is it taking so long? Then I was wishing I hadn't read the second one right away because I swear I read that second one when it came out. I think it came out 2 or 3 years ago. So it's good that it's coming out in fall, and that'll give me a chance to get back into the groove. And because that is a really good series. And then I need to get back into reading my Mosley. Jesus. I cannot get back on track with Mosley. I need to force myself to get back on track with Mosley. Oh, you did. Oh, well, I'm glad you like her, Attica Locke. Although she has other books that are good too. I mean, if you don't want to read the series, you can read The Cutting Season is real good, and then she's got Pleasant View and Pleasantville and Blackwater Rising. So she has a lot of little books that you can pick up on from her, Attica Locke. I'm glad you liked my recommendation. Yeah, he has a new one coming out in his Easy Rollins series. But I'm like only on book 5. I need to stop playing and start reading these books to catch up on this series now because I got to get back in the groove. Because when you're reading that series, you get really into it. There's just a whole vibe with that series. But I have been out of it for a minute, so I'm gonna really need to force myself to pick one up and to get back in it and roll and read like 2 or 3 books in a row and get back into the series. I do miss Easy and Mouse. I miss them. I miss them. I do miss them. So you know That's it. But I know with Queenie, it's not been getting good reviews, the adaptation. And I think it's because like when you I mean she's doing it, it's on Hulu. So it's not like she's seriously restricted to what she can show or how the dialogue can be written. I think she maybe felt like she needed to restrict it a bit. And this is the reason why it's not coming off quite right. Or maybe it's coming off too serious. And it's kind of like what happens with the book. You're reading it and you don't feel that like maybe 1 or 2 things are like some little things are funny, but then there's some things are fairly serious. And you're thinking, that shit is not funny. So I can only imagine if you're watching it, you're probably feeling the same. And that's probably why it's not going over so well. Yeah, I liked Blackwater Rising quite a lot. I really did like Blackwater Rising. And I did like The Cutting Season. That one was real good too. Nicole says, after watching Devil in the Blue Dress, I want to read the. Yeah, well, you definitely need to read the book because the adaptation is different from the book. There are some differences in the way that story is told in the movie as opposed to the way it is in the book. The book is better. That's all I'm going to say. The book is better. But definitely a good series to start. It's got I don't know how many books now, like what, 16? I don't remember. It's got a lot um, of books in that series. Let's see. It's got ooh, it's got 16. His new one came out the 4th of June. Farewell Amethystine is book 16. It came out June 4th, 2024. So now the Easy Rolling series has 16 books in it. And I'm at book 5. Oh, I got to get a move on. I got to get a move on. Um, oh, they're doing an adaptation of Bluebird, Bluebird. Well, that would be nice. Is it going to be a movie or is it going to be a series? The new Easy Rollins has already been released. It says the 4th of June. Amethystine, Farewell Amethystine, June 4th, 2024. Child, I know I'm way behind. This is the new one right here. So it's already out. It is already out. Hey, Rosa, what are you reading? Mm, yeah, where are you, D? I'm at book 5. I'm at the one that's I think it's called Little Yellow Dog. I think I'm at a Little Yellow Dog. That's the one I need to get back on track. Where are you, D? Oh, Latrice is all caught up. All right, Latrice. So she got it on a hold. Oh, you like book 5, A Little Yellow Dog? Well, so far of all the ones I have read, let's see. Which one did I like? I think I really liked a blue dress, Devil in a Blue Dress, and I think I liked Black Betty too a lot. Oh, it's going to be a series. Okay. And where is it going to be? Who's doing it? Netflix, Hulu, who's doing it? See, they could actually really do a series off of Easy Rollins. It would be so good. It would be excellent. Oh God, he doesn't even remember where she was. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm not that good with series. I have to really force myself to get on track with it and get a plan. If I get a plan, then I can make it work and I can stay on it. But I've been off of it, so I got to make a new plan and get back on the thing. Yeah, I can I agree, Latrice. There's so much they could do with a they could make it that could be like 10 seasons. I mean, it could be one of those long running shows and it could have guest, you know, famous guest stars, in each new season because each book is, focuses on, a different type of case. It would be so good. Oh yeah, I used to watch Perry Mason as well. Lord, I'm showing my age now. See, the thing about this is what's really good about Easy Rollins is it starts right after the war, but as you go each book, you can feel how time is changing. And that's what makes it doubly interesting. It's how you see the time changing. You see how Easy's life is changing. It's done really, really well. What's BritBox? Yeah, I think it would be a great TV series. I mean, there's a lot of content there. I mean, Mosley could be set for life if they got him to help writing the screenplay for that or the manuscript for that. Yeah, yeah. Perry Mason was good. It was a good show. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, BritBox. I'm gonna have to look that up. Ah, yeah, I don't have a pen. Yes, here we go. Okay, yeah, BritBox. Okay, it's for British shows. Okay, so I guess you guys saw the Women's Prize for Fiction's short list. I mean, the winner was Brotherless Night, which well done. Very that was probably one of the best short lists the Women's Prize has had in years. I mean, it was a really good one. Really, really good one. So next we'll have the Booker. I'm not sure when the Booker will be coming out though. I can't remember. It's soon though. I think it's in July. I think it's July. Mm, okay. The judges are going to be interesting for the Booker Prize. They're going to have Sarah Collins, Yi Yun Lee, and Edmund Deval. And the other two, I don't know, just Justine Jordan and Nitin Sawhney. I don't know those two. But Edmund Deval and Yi Yun Lee and Sarah Collins, this is three totally different things. So this should be real interesting to see what pops up on that list, on the long list for the Booker Prize. But I don't know. Let me see. Why doesn't it tell me what the date is? Mm, July 30th is when they're going to announce the long list. July 30th, which is a Tuesday, 2 p.m. British time. And the long list is going to be 12 or 13 books. So I can't wait to see. Um, I can't wait to see how this is going to turn. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, Doppelganger won for the nonfiction, which I thought was, very interesting. So Rosa said she's reading Read Until You Understand the Profound Wisdom of Black Life and Literature by Farah Jasmine Griffin. It's excellent. Okay, also just finished In Every Mirror She's Black by Lola Akinmaid. Okay, very nice. Wait, I will check out his new show. I used to watch Chef on PBS. I think I used to watch that show, Chef. Yeah, I think I used to watch that show. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of the Booker Prize on July 30th. It'll be interesting to see, particularly this judge, this jury is it's going to be real interesting. Yeah, Tracy said, "I can hear this theme song now." I think I do remember that show. I don't know. We will see, but Three Little Birds. Three Little Birds. Wait, Lenny Henry's Three Little Birds. Series about three women. Oh God, I don't think I've seen that one. The Three Little Birds. I like Lenny Henry. He's funny, but I don't think I saw Three Little Birds. Mm. But I like Lenny Henry. Mm. Yeah, shout out to PBS for broadcasting the British comedy shows. I know, right? In the 90s and the 2000s. Yeah, definitely shout out to that for sure. They have some really good shows though. Yes, the book club has already voted and the video is going to be up in a couple hours. It's already in my box. It should be up 8 p.m. my time. So you can see what we picked then. That list was wild and crazy. It had a lot of books on it and a lot. I mean, I feel like it had books that were like, it had books that I was like, yeah, okay, I could get down with reading that. And it had books that's just like, I don't really care like that. Let me see if I can find, I think I have my list over here. I don't know. I just was like, do we have to? I don't know. uh, is the three body problem? Isn't this something on Netflix? The three body problem? Is that not? Am I not crazy for thinking that? But I think that's a show on Netflix or something. The three body problem. But that sounds like something I would rather watch than read, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't read fantasy very well, but I watch it better. Adding a book from a series that's not book one. Yeah, that's funny to me too. And I don't know why people, and it's the same woman who does it. She does it every year. If there's a series, this particular woman will always put a book from a series and it'll always be everything but book one. I don't know why she keep doing that, but yeah, it's not fun. They made it into a show. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because there that book was on my book club list. It's The Three Body Problem by Shijing Liu or something like that. But I kept thinking, isn't this a movie on Netflix or something? Because I remember seeing something about it, but it's definitely not anything I would want to read. I wouldn't mind watching it, but I don't want to read it. I was like, I don't care. But I don't think I would get along with Kate Atkinson. I'm not sure that's my cup of tea. But I think it was Pam Pam who said, "No, don't do it. It's not good." She said it's. She said she didn't think it was my cup of tea, and she said, "Yeah, you need to read book one." I remember she had said that you need to read book one. You can't like. You shouldn't just like start book 2. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be reading Brotherless Night for sure, but I had already planned to read it anyway, so I ain't fronting on that one. Ab Fab. Ab Fab. I don't think I watched that one. An intervention with the series lady. She old. She old. So you ain't you know how I be with old people. You can't do no intervention on old people. They just old. They just be doing old people stuff. So she gonna keep giving us a series out of series. Out of order. That's what she do. Um, so that one was the kind of thing I specifically put on the list, book number 2 in the Todd Family series, so people would know because I know they wouldn't look it up and like notice that it was like book 2 in a series. Um, so I wasn't like too keen on that one. I don't know. I was also surprised Yellowface was on there because I don't really care about reading Yellowface. I don't care. I think I'll read all the spoilers. I just don't care. Is there an adaptation that I like better than the book? Now that's a good question. I don't think there is. Now I did watch Dune, but I've not read the book. You know I would never read the book. But I watched Dune on I don't know what it was on. I think it might have been Amazon Prime or something. I watched the first one on there. And then I went to the cinema and saw it with my daughters and my husband for one of my daughter's birthdays because she wanted to see the second Dune second part, and I thought it was really, really good. Would I read the book? Hell to the no. But I'm all here for the movie. But I can't think of any movie that I've liked more than the book. I don't think so. I don't think I even like The Color Purple, the movie, more than I like the book. I don't know. Y'all gotta throw me out some suggestions and see if you can test me, but I don't think so. I know Latrice is laughing because I'm talking about Dune, but you know me, Latrice. I ain't reading no Dune. That ain't happening. I'm not reading no Dune. Now I'll go to the movies and watch it, but I'm not. I'm definitely not gonna. No, I'm not going to read that. That's not gonna happen. But I wasn't mad at going to see it. It was good. It was good, but now is it better than the book? I don't know. I will not be able to find out if it is. I can't think of anything else that I think I liked more than the book. More than the book. Hmm. I don't know. Trying to think. What about Oh, I did see If Beale Street Could Talk. I saw the movie. I thought it was very, very good. Is it better than the book? No, not in my opinion. It's not better than the book. But I did enjoy the movie, but I don't think it was better than the book. Wait, okay, so the Color Purple film, which one are you talking about? The new one or the old one? Because I'm talking about the old one. I didn't even see the new one. So for me, I guess you could say I usually like the movie when I have not read the book, especially if it's a book that I know I will never read. But like even when I think about the millennial series, the girl with the dragon tattoo, that whole situation. So I read the three books, and then if I remember correctly, there was an adaptation that came out a couple of years after this millennial series came out, and it was the Swedish version of the girl with the dragon tattoo came out. So when I was watching it, I was like, nah, this girl don't look like the girl that's described in the book. So I was like really thrown off by the main character because I didn't think she fit the description of Elizabeth Salander. I think is the main character's name, who I think is a badass super character. But the girl didn't fit the description. She looked older than the way the girl was described, and she didn't look as off as the girl does because she's supposed to have a lot of tattoos. She's supposed to have like kind of short haircut that makes her almost look kind of boyish. She has lots of piercings, and she's supposed to be kind of grungy looking. And the girl in the Swedish film, she just kind of looked like, so she had a nose ring, she had regular long brown hair, and I think she maybe had a tattoo, the tattoo that they mentioned in the book. So as I was watching that movie, and I watched that movie, I think at the theater, and I came out of it and I was thinking, okay, it pretty much followed the book, but there were things that just didn't they weren't how I imagined them. So I just felt like it wasn't done as well. And then they had the American version come out a couple of years later, and I thought that version was better because everybody kind of looked like what I thought the characters would look like. So it was it was so much better. I thought the American one. I wish they would have done the second part and the third part, but they didn't. And it had I can't remember the name of the girl that was in the American one. Um, it was her, and it had the guy who plays Bloomkiss is the what's his name? The dude who does yeah, Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig was doing Bloomkiss, and he did it. He was spot on. Okay, now only problem was Daniel Craig is cuter than the guy in the book, because the guy in the book is not supposed to be cute. He's supposed to be kind of like dad bod, kind of ordinary, kind of looking guy. But Daniel Craig is easy on the eyes. I didn't really care. He kind of fit the thing. And Mara Rooney was perfect. She was spot on for the role as Elizabeth Salander. She had it hands down for me. So I felt like that version it fit the book better because some of the descriptions really you could see that they had really read the book and really tried to get some of the scenes to really look like it's described in the book. I thought it was really, really great. If y'all haven't read that series, now that's like a crime series that you should read. If you haven't read it, read that. That's a good one. That's a really good crime series. It's a trilogy. Well, I say it's a trilogy because these are the only three books I recognize. I only recognize the ones that the original author actually wrote. All the ones after, I don't know how many there are now. There might be eight, 10. I don't know because I don't read the new ones. But after he died, they they had somebody else ghostwrite in the place of the father had somebody come and ghostwrite in the place of his son. And the writing is off. It's like totally off. The storytelling is off, everything is off. I recommend the first three, really good. I can't think of anything where the movie was better than the book. Yeah. I mean, like I thought that If Beale Street Could Talk was good, but I didn't think it was better than the book. But I thought it was very good. It was very good, but it just wasn't better than the book for me. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's what I just said. Daniel Craig is a very attractive man, and the guy in the book was not attractive. But I didn't care because I like Daniel Craig. Pass. All the rest of it was spot on. So I'm not mad at it. It was all good. Like Mara Rooney killed it. She was excellent. Really, really good. Really, really good. But I can't think of any that are better than the book. I mean, I could say because like I did read. I haven't read. I read The Hobbit, but I haven't read The Lord of the Rings. But I've seen all of the Lord of the Rings movies. Um, and I like them. Now, I'm sure they are not good adaptations because The Lord of the Rings is so huge. There's no way they have all of those details in there. But look, I ain't mad at Lord of the Rings. I could watch it and rewatch it and rewatch it. I don't have a problem with it. But I'm sure if I read the books and then I watched the movie, I'd be like, what the hell is this? Because you can't put all those details in there. It's just not possible. You have to pick and choose. I get it, but um, yeah. Bye, Kay. Sorry you got another meeting to go to. Yeah, you do get a bit of closure, but I just don't think it's better than the book. I mean, it's good, but it's not better than the book. No way, no how. It's just not. So I'm not mad at it. It is what it is. Um, it is what it is. But it's beautifully filmed if Beale Street could talk. The filming is just stunning in that movie, but it's not better than the book. So I don't know what would be better than the book, but I can't think of any. And I've seen quite a few adaptations, but I'm usually I'm usually disappointed because there's something that I feel is important in the book that isn't in the movie, and it kind of throws me off. I don't particularly enjoy that part of things is having to realize that uh there's something that's missing in the movie that I really think should have been in there because it's so important and crucial in the book. So um yeah, and I was even thinking about what's it called, Suzanne Collins series, her trilogy, um The Hunger Games. Like I remember when I read all three of the books. And basically the only book of the three that's good is the first one. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. The first one is the best one. The Hunger Games, that's the best one. The second one, trash. The third one, even worse. Um, so when I went to see the movies adaptations of these three books, I was just kind of like, they always seem to leave out some important nugget out of each movie that I feel like was kind of important, and they just kind of like, we're just going to leave this out. Nope, they don't need to see this. They don't need to know that or whatever. So I just, I was like, okay, whatever. No, I have not read Purple Hibiscus. I think you asked me that a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, no, I have not read that. I've not read Purple Hibiscus, and I have not read The Thing Around Your Neck. Those are the two that I have left to read from Chimamanda. So I need to kind of finish reading that, get it over with, because I should have finished her works a while ago, and I haven't read those two. I mean, I own them, but I just haven't read them. American Fiction was better. I know it wasn't better than the book. The book is really good, but I know it ain't better than the book. I'm sure they've left some things out or, showed things differently or, but yeah, I hear it's very good American Fiction, but I haven't seen it yet. But that's definitely an enjoyable book for sure. And I hear the movie American Fiction is really good. I just don't particularly want to see it because I know it's going to disappoint me somehow because I really like the book. Mm. Oh, okay. Well, that's even worse. You add things in, take things out, same difference. For me, same difference. That's the same thing they did. Sorry, that what's that author's name? Margaret Atwood did with The Handmaid's Tale. She added things in, and it just made me go, ugh, because The Handmaid's Tale, if you read the book, you know what happens, you know everything. But when you're watching the series, you kind of realize that she's writing it so that the series can continue on. And at the moment when she won the award, I think it was where she had to share it with Bernadine Evaristo. That was for the Women's Prize, I think. At that point, The Handmaid's Tale had been on for 2 seasons, I think, 2 or 3 seasons. And she had gotten so they'd gotten to the point where everything that happens in the book was already done, and then the stuff that she was writing, so that the series would continue on. And it was almost like she had purposely was writing this is the whole point of them getting her to write the adaptation is so that she could write more to the book. And the book that came out that she won the Women's Prize Award for was called The Testaments. And so that book was written as like a response or an echo to the TV show Handmaid's Tale, and you could see that. And that was what was kind of annoying. I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. And on top of it, it was poorly written, and yeah, everything about it was terrible. Wait, let's see. Monk was arrogant. I think he needed someone to throw that in his face. Also, I like that brother didn't disappear. Yeah, okay. Well, that's a common denominator in a lot of I think his books. Percival Everett's books, the main character is usually an arrogant black man. Usually the black men are arrogant in his books. And I kind of feel like they must be alter egos of Percival Everett, in my opinion. Yeah, but the question is, did you like the movie better than the book? Not that you liked both of them. Which one did you like better, the book or the movie, Teresa? Okay, so Cherie says they're adapting the Blessing series by Beverly Jenkins into a TV series. It will be interesting to see if they stay close to the storyline. Yeah, it will be interesting to see that. I haven't read the Blessing series, so I don't know, but I'll be waiting to hear what y'all got to say. Yeah, they're separate projects, and this is often the case. This is why I don't rush out to go see adaptations to books that I love. No, it wasn't cool that they had to share that prize. It was whack. Yeah, she should have gotten it on her own. Bernadine should have gotten that prize on her own for sure. But that's how it be complicated. So yeah, I don't get too excited when books that I love get adapted into film because I just know they're gonna disappoint me. I mean, it's like watching even some books that are classics that you like. So, like, I really like East of Eden, but there is no way on heaven's earth you could get me to watch an adaptation of East of Eden. I don't care who's in it. I wouldn't watch it because I love that book. I love that storyline, and I wouldn't want it ruined by a bad movie adaptation. I just couldn't do it. Try to watch. Did you read the book, Lex? But anyway, I don't know. I probably would have DNF'd the book if I was reading it, the physical copy, but I listened to it. It was the year 2019. I had a broken ankle. I was laid up in the house, and I remember I had no attention span to read because I was in pain and I was annoyed. So I remember listening to Queenie on audio. And at one point, I was so annoyed with the whole thing, I almost, threw my freaking phone against the wall or something. I was so annoyed with that whole book. So but I didn't initially in the beginning of the reading of the book, I wasn't really getting on with it so well. I don't know, but something with the writing was off for me. I didn't gravitate towards a story like what I thought I was gonna gravitate towards it. That's why I always say Queenie because of its cover, that's like a catfish cover. That's a catfish book. That's the book that has the beautiful cover that is not given when you start reading the story. That's why I call it the catfish book. Um, so I'm not surprised that the series is not, catching on very well because when you the difference is when you because like you can probably tell the difference if you watched American Fiction and you read Erasure, you probably can tell that there is sarcasm happening there. There's something that's funny there. And I think in Queenie, this is not evident. And this is why it doesn't work, in my opinion. It wasn't your cup of tea. So you see, you were like me. Oh, so you did like E Tough Rum. Somebody said they didn't like Evil Eye, but I'm all on board for Evil Eye. Fourth book in Girl with Dragon Tattoo. Yeah, no, that's not me. I only read the first three. I have no intentions of. I tried to read book four, and I was like, nope, this ain't it. This ain't it. Because that's the one that's written by the ghost writer. I don't like the writing. It's not like the other three. Well, she is pathetic. I don't know what to tell you, Nicole. I mean, she is pathetic. That this you see, if you want somebody to think that your main character is just being funny, you you can't even have a moment where the reader is reading it and saying, God, this is pathetic. Then it's not funny anymore. It's not humorous anymore. Because this is a sentiment I had when I read it. I felt like, wow, she's pathetic. But apparently that's not what the author is trying to project in the book. Because she says she wants it to be like this is supposed to be like the Black Bridget Jones diary. That's from the words of the author. That's not me. That's what she said. Okay. So I'm thinking, well, if you want to be like the Black Bridget Jones diary, you got to make this shit funny because the stuff you've been writing there, that's not funny. White Teeth would probably make a good series. Yeah, I think it would make actually a pretty good series. It would make, it's one of those series that would be, have your emotions all over the place, I think. It would make a good series, White Teeth. Okay, Cherise says she hasn't read Queenie, and the trailer for the show did not grab her. Well, I'm not surprised. And like, who's playing Queenie? Does anybody know the actress that's? I guess it's a Black British actress that's doing Queenie. Does anybody know who she is? Because that can also be another factor as well. Like the way the scenes are set up, and does the actress really look like what you imagine Queenie? Because I imagine Queenie to be like this, like she's supposed to be 20 something. I imagine her attractive, but I imagine her more on the dark skin side. I imagine her to be quite a curvy girl, and who likes the nails and the makeup and all that. I imagine her as kind of like a typical 20 something. But from what I understand, that's not what the character that's playing Queenie in the TV show looks like. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, the actors are perfect. They're following the book very well. The actors look like they should look. Okay. Well then, I guess we're back to the writing again. That's the reason why it's not working for people. It's all about the writing. I mean, there are people, because at the same time there was Luster came out a little bit after Queenie came out. And when I read Luster, I had a different feeling of reading Luster. I liked Luster. I thought it was pretty good. Um, but she can write, that girl. What's her name? Leilani, something Leilani. She can write. That was a very well written book. We may not agree with some of her choices, but the story was told really well. Oh, she's not a. I know she's not a well known actress. Oh, I thought they had gotten a well known Black British actress. You thought the book should be blacker. How blacker? I don't understand why you said the book should be blacker. How should the book be blacker? I mean, the parts where she's in it are black. The people she's screwing are not black. But it's black, I mean, more or less. I thought she was a well-known black actress. Okay, well, that's interesting that they choose an actress who wasn't as well known. Okay, interesting. I don't know what you mean, Nicole, that it could be blacker, but okay, if you say so. You might have to let me know what you mean. But it's so funny how this book is so polarizing that it came out in 2019 and people are still talking about it. I thought it was good. I know people don't agree with me. Like I know Melanated Reader don't Crystal don't agree with me from Melanated Reader, but I beg to differ. Queenie is not written well, but Luster was written well. And Luster actually holds up better in its storyline than Queenie does. It holds up much better. You can actually kind of see how some of it could actually have happened. I know a lot of people hated Luster, but I felt like she was putting a finger on this idea of the I don't know what I want to do 20 something, which there are a lot of 20 somethings out there that don't know what they want to do. And they're willing to get themselves or do anything that will get them to have a good time. it would be better than worrying than obsessing over what kind of job I don't have, or what's going to happen in my future. I quite liked it. Yeah, I see. I feel like it's two different schools of, the way you like a story told, but that story holds up better than Queenie. Because when we see why Queenie does what she does, we're like, wait, what? I was like, no, that doesn't hold water for me. I don't believe it. Well, she says the reason why she is going for all these other men and not the black men. Do you remember why she said she's not going for the black men? Okay, now I agree with you there, Nicole. Her family could have been more written into the book than it was, because we only get a part of it as something that someone is telling us what happened. So the fact that her father was kind of like was beating the mama pretty frequently, it was pretty violent and stuff. So this is one of the reasons why she don't go out with black men, is because her father was beating on her mama all the time. So she's internalized it as, I'm not going to go with black men now. I'm only going to go with white men, Hispanic men, Arabic men, any other kind of man, but not a black man. And for me, that doesn't really make sense. But anyway, but I do agree with you. She's living with the grandmama. There could have been more there, but she used it in the sense where, because it's her family that didn't want her to go to therapy. That was one of the main things. But instead, she put heavy on her sexual encounters and less on her family interactions. So maybe you're right. Maybe if she would have put a little bit more in the family interactions, maybe it would have felt a bit more even keel. I didn't think of it that way. That's actually a really good point you're making there. Yeah, it was her parents, but also her grandmother didn't want her to go to therapy. Nobody wanted her to go to therapy. I think, yeah, that would have. I think maybe if her family would have been more in it, maybe it would have felt different then. It would have felt a little different. And I feel like the therapy should have been a little bit longer, because the therapy in the book felt like it lasted 10 minutes, like 10 minutes of therapy. And it was like, ugh, okay. So, yeah, to each their own, these polarizing books that come out. I don't think we've had one as polarizing since Queenie came out. I don't think anybody's really, talked about a book as much as that book has been talked about. So that's kind of interesting. Well, this is the thing. It's She can't separate all black men from her father, but you would think in general she would be afraid of all men, not just black men. I don't know. It don't make sense. Oh, I haven't read Under the Dollar Trees. Mm. The therapy scene reminds me of the Bible scene in Under the Dollar Trees. It was too long. Oh no, I haven't read that one. I need to. That one's on my CBR to read at some point. I think I might have that one on Kindle though. Yeah. So I just was like, mm-mm. Old girl's like, yeah, my black daddy was beating my black mama, so now I ain't going with no black man. That was her. That was her thing. Well, day one, the author shouldn't have mentioned Bridget Jones. This set up certain expectations. Well, these were the expectations that she had. She felt like what she had written was going to be perceived as funny to the public or humoristic of some kind. But the scenes that she sets up are actually quite alarming, more so than anything. They're not in any shape or form which you would consider to be, particularly when she goes with some of the guys. It's not like the scene she goes with the guy, and then she goes to the clinic, and at the clinic they examine her and they think she's been raped. And the clinician is like saying something like, "Oh, giving her advice and stuff, and talking about rape and sexual abuse and stuff like that." And it wasn't that she had been raped; it was just the guy was really rough. And so when you're reading that scene, you're thinking, Jesus, this is pathetic. Well, you're already thinking it's pathetic when you read the sex scene, and then when you see her go to the clinic and you see how the nurse is reacted to, the doctor's reacting to the way, when she examines her, you're thinking, Jesus Christ, this is not funny. This is kind of serious. Um, and then she keeps meeting with that guy, who's, going to town on her, like, all rough and stuff. So when you have too many scenes like that, you then kind of question the author, and you're like, so where exactly am I supposed to be laughing here? Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be laughing. I just felt like angry about it, because then I started thinking, why is she writing this book? And with this, okay, first it has a beautiful cover, and then you open the book and you start reading, and you're reading about this black girl who has no self-respect of herself, and she's going with all of these men. None of them are black. We kind of notice it right away. And none of these men are treating her well. Not one of them treats her well. Some of them she keeps going back to, but she basically goes with all these men when her white boyfriend breaks up with her. And then she's going with all these different men. And so there are a lot of different scenarios that you read, and you're like, you're not laughing. I know I wasn't laughing. I know I'm not the only one who wasn't laughing for some of the scenes. But I feel like the author said it was similar to it's like the Black Bridget Jones Diary, because she knows a lot of people know what Bridget Jones Diary. I'm sure a lot of people here have read Bridget Jones Diary. I read Bridget Jones Diary, but nothing like the stuff that happens in Queenie happens in Bridget Jones Diary. It's just not the same. Um, it's lighter. Bridget Jones Diary is lighter. You can actually laugh at the stuff that happens. It's just not the same intensity. But for some reason, I think she wanted it to come off as humoristic, but it just doesn't come off as humoristic. And I think this is the problem with the book, essentially. I mean, you can write Queenie as a flawed character who is, making bad decisions and stuff, surrounding the men she decides to have sex with. That's fine. What I hate about it is that it's being portrayed as being as something that is supposed to be funny when it's not. And when we get down to her psychoanalysis at the end, it's freaking light as hell. It doesn't hold water. It's just like, what? This is the reason why she's putting herself through all this? This is not a really good psychological explanation. I don't have any problems with some people liking it rough, but is it funny that you go to the clinic and they think you've been raped? No, that's not really funny. Um, yeah, she wanted to be light and political, but I don't think she saw that clearly. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm this. So you understand what I mean? Day one. Not sure what the author was. I'm not sure what she was thinking either. Exactly. It felt a little. Yeah, it could be. It could be portrayed, Tracy, as downplaying the horrendous act of rape, because there's a fine line between the two. You know, in the way that the book is portrayed. But like, it's funny. I read that book in 2019, and there were some things that just stuck in my head about the book that I just thought were abhorrent. Like I was like, ugh, not funny, not funny. Now it's interesting because when the book came out and people started reading it, I felt like a lot of white content creators liked the book. Now, what did they actually like about the book? I'm not sure. Because a lot of people said they liked the book and then they give like a description, it's really vague, and they say, yeah, they like the book. What did they like about the book? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So, we can dispute it till the cows come home, but that's my thoughts on the book. And then to bring it all to a final end, it's not even written well. So take it or leave it. This is what I think about it. Um, I May Destroy You handles the topics. Who wrote I May Destroy You? Yeah, it is pretty horrid. It is pretty horrid, Rosa. I don't know this one. I May Destroy You. Who wrote that one? And what's it about? Wait, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it on my Goodreads. I May Destroy You. Is it by Deanna Brown? Wait. Oh, you say Michaela Cole. Wait, let's see. Michaela. Michaela Cole. Hmm. Can't find it. Mm, mm. We had read Mateo's new book. I'm nervous because it's no, I'm not reading that. I didn't read his first book, and I'm not reading his sci-fi book. I don't read sci-fi. Race and sex better. What you mean? I May Destroy You. Okay, I'll have to look at that. Oh God, it's a TV show, girl. I'm thinking it's a book. Wait, I may. Where can I watch it? Oh, it's British Black Comedy Drama Television Limit. Okay. Where am I gonna watch this? Shoot, it's on HBO. I can't watch it. Maybe I can try to watch it on the BBC, but through Google or something like that. I'll try to see. I don't have HBO, so bye, Rosa. I'll have to see. Maybe I can watch it on. Maybe I can watch it on Amazon Prime. Maybe I could watch it on Amazon Prime. I'll look it up on and see if I can watch it maybe on Amazon Prime. Oh, Michaela Cole. Yeah, I like Michaela Cole. I like her. She's the one that was in that the first series that she did was it called Bubble Gum or something like that? Or Chewing Gum or something she called the series that she was in before, which was which was funny. Uh, I think that's what it was called. Ooh, I can't wait. Yeah, it was called Chewing Gum. Yeah, I watched Chewing Gum. I thought it was funny. It was good, Chewing Gum. Yeah, I can understand why you say no, no Queenie for you. Has anyone read The Housemaid? No, I have not. That's another one. That's one of these really popular um crime what do you call it? Mystery kind of books. I've heard a lot of people like it, but then I've heard some people they say it's basically written like a screen, play or a manuscript or something for, to be adapted to film. So I really don't know what to think about it, but it was on my long list. It was on my long list of my book club. Yeah, it was number 8 on the list of my 28, 27 books. So, yeah, it's popular. Mm, wait, you liked what, Teresa? Did you like chewing gum or did you like I May Destroy You? I wonder if I can watch that on Amazon Prime. That would work out real well if I could watch it on Amazon Prime. Mm, oh, yeah, you think they're writing more to film or TV to make bank? Possibly. Possibly. Well, the thing is, it's kind of risky, I think. Because what if they don't do it well? And what if they don't ask the author to write the screenplay, they ask somebody else to do it and they don't do it well, then what? That sucks, so I'm just sort of like, Tracy said, I read 2 McFadden books and have no interest in reading anything else by her. Yeah, okay. So you were nonplussed. What are my thoughts on the winner prize of the women's prize? I'm happy with it. Like I said this earlier, it's one of the best short lists they've had in years. And that's like that is the truth. That is the God honest truth. It is one of the best short lists they've had. So I wouldn't have been mad if anybody won. Because I was, I had slotted to read Interghost, Brotherless Night. I read River East, River West. I think I have it here, which I really enjoyed this one. And then I read Soldier Sailor. So I still need to read Brotherless Night and um, Brotherless Night and Interghost. I still have left to read. I don't think I'm going to try to read The Ren. I didn't get along with Anne Enright's book, The Gathering. I didn't get along with that one too well. And Restless Dolly Monger, I don't really care. Yeah, I don't think I care about reading that one too much. So yeah, I think they had, there were at least 4 books out of the 6 that I was really interested in, and I thoroughly enjoyed Soldier Sailor. I thoroughly enjoyed River East, River West. So I'm looking forward to getting to Interghost and Brotherless Night. So yeah, if any of those four would have won, I'm happy. No problem. Yeah, but I definitely recommend the four that I just mentioned. If you're looking for something to read off of the Women's Pride shortlist, I recommend those four to read because they were, these are the ones that most people raved about the whole time. So that's my thoughts on that one. I'll be looking to see what comes out of the Booker, but the Booker is coming out the 30th. I think the 30th of July. The 30th of July, I wrote. Yeah, it's the 30th of July, 2 p.m. British time. That should be interesting to see what they come out with. Mm. Oh, about Big Little Frida. Okay. Okay. So you day one said the housemaid, she read it with, or he read it with, I don't know if it's he or she, read it with a book club. It was a fast read and an okay story, 3 stars. Okay. So there you have it. This is what a lot of people say, that it's like about like a 3 star and that it looks like it's made for TV. You missed the 4 books. Okay, you want me to repeat the 4 books again that I said? River East, River West, Soldier Sailor, Brotherless Night, and what was the other one? Interghost, Interghost, Brotherless Night, Soldier Sailor, River East, River West. Those are the 4 that I think are, really good off of the list. I have those down on my list from, yeah, okay. There you go. There you have it. So, this has been a pleasure as always to have a good talk with you guys about books on this lovely Friday, which is cold still here. It's really cold. So, have a great end of your Friday, a wonderful weekend, and I will definitely see you next Friday for another Friday Reads. Bye.